All right, happy March. Happy March. Actually, it's the official start to Lent, right? March 6th. Ash Wednesday was yesterday, so we're officially in Lent. And hopefully everybody's having a good spring. I know a lot of the places around the country, you're not in spring mode yet. You're still up north. We're in full spring mode here. It's actually a beautiful day here in Florida and Ocala. Breezy, a lot of wind today, but definitely in the 60s, somewhere between 60 and 68 degrees. Is about where we are right now, late morning. Glenn Stein, Realty Executives here. We're going to be talking about what is selling in Ocala. What is selling in Ocala? If you haven't watched me before, I have been in the business for 20, it's going to be 25 years actually in the next couple of months. And been a broker for 20 years, going on 21 later on this year. And, something we're located on Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. I've been in this location for 20 years. So excited about giving you a little bit of an update today. We're going to be talking about what is selling in Marion County and Ocala. Of course, Ocala, Denellen, also places like Bellevue and the northern parts of the villages are included in this in Marion County. So let's take a look. Let's look at what is selling in Marion County. Um, right now we're actually seeing a big increase in inventory over the last couple of years. So if you look at what is active right now, we've got there's a lot of properties in the Fort McCoy area that are going to be in the lower price ranges, mostly mobile homes, or in areas that are kind of really rural areas. That's basically what you're going to see in the lower end. So you can still find something under 100, but it may not be what if you kind of traveled in time, you could have found a lot more under 100,000 20 years ago for sure. And now things have changed, and Florida has been discovered, and the weather's nice, especially this time of year. And obviously, with all the baby boomers that have retired over the last, 15, 20 years, prices have gone up. But as you can tell here, shows you what you can get for under 100. And right now, we've got 48 properties that are active under 100,000. What can you get for 100 to 200? More of the same, but now you start looking at the possibility of maybe a condo. You can get a condo maybe in the Silver Spring Shores area. Derby Downs is one of those areas. This is what Derby Downs looks like. It's on the golf course, a quiet area, but not a highly desirable area, but definitely an area where you can get something inexpensive. If you're looking for a condo, you don't want maintenance, that type of thing. So that's usually what you get between 100 to 150, and typically most of those condos will be in the 150 range. 130 to 150 range, and then obviously sometimes they go 150 to 200. Marion Springs condos is another one. Ocala East Villas, which is a mobile home. It's not a mobile home park, but it is a neighborhood full of mobile homes. That is a lot of people will live. It's really close, about a mile away from the Silver Spring State Park, which is a great park to visit. That's kind of what you get in that 130 range to 150 range. Looking at now 150 to 200. You can get into some of the retirement communities now. Like you could start looking at the subdivisions that are like Spruce Creek, and that's Spruce Creek. We call it Spruce Creek North because it's right next to Oak Run, which is another retirement community, and that kind of gives you an idea of what their frame siding, that type of home. Very typical. This is a very typical look in Spruce Creek, right? So that's what you get for up to 150 to 200. And Circle Square Woods, which is top of the world, you might be able to find a smaller home. Let me show you what top of the world looks like. This is kind of attached. They're almost like carriage homes. They kind of look this way. This is going to be in the lower end of on top of the world, but you can find something that is definitely livable. The HOA fees are going to be higher. Obviously, this one says $930 a month. I don't think that's exactly right. I'd like to show you another one that typically I think they're probably in the 700 range. Um, so that's a thing for sure. Spruce, another one in Spruce Creek. Give you an idea of what you can get there. Rainbow Park, which is a single mobile homes and single family. So lower end, 175. This kind of gives you an idea of what you can get for 175. Rainbow Park, right? Nothing fancy for sure, but that kind of gives you an idea. Investors, if you're looking for something like that, that's pretty much what you get. There's over 4,300 homes on the market in Marion County. We're going to take a look at some things in there as far as like where the inventory has been and kind of give you an idea of where the market is going to. Let's see, I'm going to go up to, let's go up, let's see what you can get up to like 300,000. Let's see what you can get 300 to 400. Obviously I'm doing this live, so bear with me. 300 to 400, 44 properties on the market in Marion County in that price range. And it's thinking hopefully it'll pop up. Yep, there we go. Okay, good. So you can get a new construction home for about 300,000 in Marion Oaks, which is in the southwest part of town. Right, it's not in town. It's right off of I-75, but very nice, very nice looking home. That's active right now. Been on the market for 3 days, so that's definitely a thing you can get into. But if you want something maybe let's say a little bit larger, that's 1,800 square feet. Let's see what you would get for a larger home. 300 to 400. And you can get something not as a great location, but 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. If you need something bigger, Forest Villas, which is northwest part of town, so that's 2,900 square feet. Which I think, interesting enough, this is actually an interesting. I remember being involved with the land on this particular property, I believe. Looks very, very familiar. So this actually looks like a pretty good value, right? That's good. That's an area that's close to Golden Hills and Golden Ocala, right? So that one's going for 388,000. And to give you an idea, I mean, that one's been on the market. That was at 424, has reduced the price to 388. So if you have questions about what's available right now, you can connect with me at 352-572-3796. But I also wanted to let's take a look at some stats. Okay, so if you're thinking about selling your home right now, is it the best time to sell? No, probably a couple of years ago would have been better when it was super hot. But I feel like it's an okay time. We're getting decent demand right now. As far as homes that are being put on the market and selling. Then if you want to buy, you're having more to choose from. So that's certainly a thing. Let's look at months of inventory in Marion County. Actually, I need to change that. I put 300 to 400. We need to change that. And it's thinking so. But if you look at it, this gives you 300 to 400 days on, or months of inventory. I want to change that, so we're gonna have to go back. Bear with me. Let's take a look. And we're going to scroll, change the criteria, changing the price, back to Marion County. 4,380 is the total on market right now. And in the past, I mean, last year we were in the 3,000 range. So that gives you an idea that we've grown in inventory. And of course, in the peak of the marketplace in 2021, when things were just going absolutely bonkers, the inventory level, we were probably about, I think we were about 800. So 5 times the amount of inventory as to what we saw 4 years ago. So, all right, now we're back to where we need to be. We're going to look at the last 10 years, Marin County months of inventory, which is the ratio between properties that have sold and the current demand. So gives you an idea that we're heading back to, prior to 2020. So if you look at prior to 2020, we saw, 6, 7 months, 5, 6, 7 was very typical between, 17 and 19 as far as months of inventory, meaning that it would take, 6 to 7 months for all the properties to disappear if no new properties came on the market and the current stream of demand was there. So now you're seeing it. Now we're back to like 8 months supply of homes in January, February of this year, where we saw in 2021, a very quick 2-month supply of homes, definitely a buyer's market or a seller's market back then. And then rapidly, as the inventory changed, interest rates went up, and you saw that, months of inventory went up to 5, and then 6, and then kind of went down during 2023, then back up in 24. And now we've had a big jump in 2025, 8-month supply of homes. We haven't seen that since the early part of 2018. So in a nutshell, what that means is we are absolutely in a buyer's marketplace, absolutely in a buyer's marketplace. So pay attention to this. So if you're thinking about buying right now, I think it's definitely in your favor. For sure, sellers, it's a little bit more challenging, but you definitely need to be priced right. Make sure that you've got everything in line as far as it smells good, it looks good. Don't leave things up to chance, and then you should be okay. But definitely need an aggressive marketing plan if you're going to market your home in this market. If you have any questions, give me a call, 352-572-3796. I'm Glenn Stein, broker owner, Realty Executives, and we are located on Silver Springs Boulevard. All right, take care. Happy March, everybody.